You might have noticed the Properties window underneath the Solution Explorer window. In this lesson, you'll use the Properties window to change the properties of some things on web pages while in Design View. First, open the Shining Stone project from your Sample Files folder. It can be found in the Sample Projects subfolder. Next, open the HTML code of buy.aspx and switch to Design View. You can see the page's layout displayed visually. Next, we're going to view buy.aspx in a web browser. To do this, either click the Start Debugging button on the toolbar, or right-click on buy.aspx and click View in Browser. It may take some time for the web page to appear. This is normal when debugging. Test the page by entering some text into the text boxes and choosing a country from the Country drop-down. Close your web browser now. Next, we're going to use the Properties window to change the background color of the postcode text box. First, click the blue text box next to Postcode. Then, look for the Back Color property in the Properties window. You'll notice a short description of the property at the bottom of the Properties window. As you can see, this property controls the background color of a control. There are so many possible properties that this course won't cover them all. However, you can use these descriptions to quickly see what a property does. You might be wondering what CCFFFF means. This is a hexadecimal, or hex, color code. Hexadecimal is a counting system used by computers which has the numbers 0 to 9 as well as the letters A to F. This means that 1B in hexadecimal would actually be 27 in the decimal counting system we are used to. Hex color codes are actually 3 hexadecimal numbers put together to define a color. The first number indicates how much red is in the color, the second how much blue, and the third how much green. This means that black would be 000000 because it has absolutely no red, blue, or green. White would be FFFFFF because it needs the maximum amount of every color. The brightest possible red would be FF0000 with 255 parts red and 0 parts blue and green. This color coding system allows for 16,777,216 possible colors. To easily change the background color, simply click the small box with 3 dots to the right of the back color property. Click any color you like, and then click OK. If you then click away from the postcode text box, you can see that the color has changed to the one you specified. Next, we're going to change the ID property of a control. First, scroll down to the Submit Order button and click on it to select it. You'll see the name Button Submit Order in the Properties window, as well as above the selected control. Next, scroll down to the ID property. You'll find it at the bottom of the properties list. Notice that the properties are separated into categories, which can be expanded and collapsed by clicking the small arrows to the left of them. You can change the Properties window to display the properties in alphabetical order by clicking the alphabetical icon at the top of the window. The alphabetical view is useful when you know the name of a property, but don't know what category it is in. You can switch back to Categorized view by clicking the Categorized button. This course uses the Categorized view. We're going to change the ID property of the button to Button Send. You will notice that the name of the button has changed above the Submit Order button and also at the top of the Properties window. The ID property is the property that ASP.NET uses to tell controls apart. You will cover this in more depth in Lesson 4.1. Change the ID property back to Button Submit Order, as otherwise errors will occur. Next, try opening the drop-down menu at the top of the Properties window. You can see the names of all of the controls on the page in this drop-down list. Click the Text Box Address 1 entry in the drop-down menu. You will see that the Address 1 text box is highlighted just as it would be if you had clicked on it. This method of selecting objects is very useful when you have a very crowded page or when there are hidden elements on the page. Close Visual Studio now. If prompted, click Yes. You've now completed Lesson 1.12, Change Properties in Design View.